Welcome to the Smart Business Show, episode 156 for March 2nd, 2018. And today I don't know. We'll see how you take this episode. So let me tell you about my week. This is the week before. You'll read this, you'll hear this, you'll listen, watch, whatever it is. So my week we put our dog down on Monday after 12 years. And it's tough. It was tough for sure. It only be hitting me last night. Last night I barely slept because I had a lot of negative thoughts going on about myself, about my own success, about where I want to be, where I think I deserve to be in many ways, and where I'm not quite yet. And then little thing came up, like if you're watching on video, I'm showing you my fancy pink watch band holder. Like my watch band broke yesterday, which was like another thing. I was like, another thing just to beat me down. And then my iPad Pro died. Not died, it just won't take charge anymore. It sees a cable plugged into it, and it will charge the Apple Pencil, but it won't actually take any new power from anywhere. So when I went to bed last night, I was defeated, we'll say. Like, oh, look, there's another thing. I'm in just in a bag getting kicked all the time. That's how I felt. That's how I still feel today a bit on February 22nd as I record this. And it's a really real thing. I was doing some content for someone, and they said, we took your article, but it was kind of below where we would normally take it if you were, we wouldn't normally take an article like this. And my first thought was, well, why'd you take it then? Why don't you just send it back and say, here's the content that's not good in it, so let's adjust this. And they didn't say that. But, it was another kind of kick at me yesterday. And we all have these things. We all absolutely have these things. And what can help us get through them is those that are around us. So, let's not broadcasting happiness. The happiness advantage. Principle 7 is about your social support. It's about the people you have around you in the midst of crisis, especially in the midst of tough times that are tough at work. Those people you have around you that will support you, and how strong those relationships are is what helps people get through them. So that's something to even look at yourself. Who's around you? Who will help you get through what's going on? And who's going to help you with that? If you don't have people, then you need to start building it, because in the midst of those struggles, then because we all have them. We all have them for sure, right? I have a counseling degree, and we all have them. I know this. We all have down times. Mine are usually very short and not very deep, but I have them for sure. So who's around you? Another thing to think about is, as you look at your spouse, I've been reading The Power of Moments. Just finished it yesterday, maybe the day before. But The Power of Moments, and it talks about how important those little things you do are. So when your spouse comes to you and says, hey, I just lost 2 pounds, and you go, okay, and keep doing what you're doing, that's like poison to your relationship. That's poison to them because they're excited about it. They're telling you because they're excited. And what you just said is, you're not special enough for me to care. Remembering that, because you don't know even though you live with this person, you don't know what may be going on behind their eyes sometimes. You don't know the little secret things that they don't want to bother you with because they don't want to be a pain in the butt or anything like that. You don't know how they really feel behind these things. So you need to remember that. You need to be there for them, and you need to keep being there for them. And you need to talk about it. You need to find people to talk about it with. I sent an email off to a longtime follower. He asked how it was, and we've interacted. He's from the UK, so if you're listening to this, hello, my UK friend, whose family lives near my family in Ontario, so that limits it down to one person if he's listening. I sent an email off, and I told him probably even a little bit more than I'm sharing here, because it's felt like a safe spot to tell it, because we've interacted a bunch. I feel like we've not gotten to know each other quite well over the last maybe 8 years now, and that's why I shared more. And even just doing that sharing, I went into it kind of feeling pretty down, right? Even as I went on my run this morning, there was little doggy footprints in the light dusting of snow, and I was like, I used to take my dog on this, right? Not in the last number of months, but it wasn't real till Monday. Probably wasn't even real to me till yesterday, maybe. I don't know. And so what do you do? What do you do to get through that? Who are you going to share it with? And then what do you do outside? So I've been drawing a lot. I don't have my notebook close at hand, so I won't grab it. I've been drawing a lot on paper and a little bit on my iPad, and sharing some of it too, just to, maybe before the dog, I was starting it before. I've drawn off and on for years, right? I was looking through an old sketchbook and gave it to my daughter because she really wanted one, and I just bought a new stack of them. And so thought, there's some stuff in there that was still decent years ago. What are you doing to feed yourself, though, to just disconnect yourself and to give yourself a sense of accomplishment, right? As I measure my gain in drawing, it's actually been pretty huge in like the 2 weeks of being intentional with it, where I've kind of drawn, not quite every day, but almost every day, right? Last night, I drew yesterday during the day, and then I drew some characters, and then I drew, 6 or 7 different aspects of one character, just their head, because I didn't like how the hair turned on the first one. And I said, well, I want this character to be something. And so I, kept redrawing her until I found what I was happy with. And then I actually took them over, and I have a proposed comic strip that I wanted to do. And I thought I'll just, very roughly sketch the 2 characters I have, the mom and the dad, into this comic strip. And the baby, which I don't think the baby's right yet, but just very roughly to see how it works. And I adjusted the comic strip how it went, and I handed it to my wife and said, I know the drawing's rough, but look at it and read it. She got halfway through it and started just like laughing so hard because she thought it was hilarious. So I'll share that eventually. It's not quite yet, but I'll share that eventually as well. And that, being able to do that, being able to produce that when our dog was put down, I did a cute little puppy drawing for my kids and printed it off, and they had like a Roxy puppy, which is the name of our dog, to color in the morning, just sitting at the table for them, that they could hang on to and that they could remember and that they could really see for them. So, and that's where I'm at. I'm continuing to reach out to those that I love, those that will interact with me, and just making sure that I'm on board mentally, that I am there so that I can perform to the best that I've got right now. Sometimes that's not stellar, sometimes that's exceptional. And you guys need to make sure that you have that around you. You need to make sure that you have someone around you or a group of people around you that will come alongside you and say you're awesome. I know many times when I've even like barely hinted at not having a great time, and I'm clearly more than barely hinting now. I've got emails from people I haven't heard from in 10 years, where I saw once at a conference, and they're like, you probably don't remember me, but one lady is Dorothy. Dorothy, actually. She's emailed me a number of times. And if she listens to this, thanks, Dorothy. It's brightened my day many times. So send that out. Who do you think that could just use some encouragement that you like their content, you like whatever, and just say, hey, I just want to say thanks today. That's it. I got nothing else. Thanks. There's no request, no ask, just thank you. You never know what's going on behind the walls, behind that perfect life that they're showing you. All the success you may see, and maybe they need that today. So do it. Doesn't have to be me, but do it to someone. Send them a thank you. Send them whatever. Write a note. Doesn't matter what it is. Just send them something that tells them that they're appreciated and that people around them care about their well-being and are appreciative of the work they do. Thanks for watching, and go out there, find someone you care about, and let them know you care. Have a good one.